to FridayNightGlory.com. Adam Sandoval and Parker Turley here, previewing you for the state championships this week, and we're gonna do 2A Division Two state championship powerhouse Mart versus new and upcoming team Windthorst. So Windthorst enters this matchup 14-1, and Mart is 14-0. Obviously, we know what Mart can do. They're four-time defending state champions, and they're a powerhouse. And those seniors are looking to add their fourth straight championship. And Windthorst averages 35 points per game on offense, and they give up 10 points per game on defense. Mart averages 45 points per game and gives up 10 points per game on defense. So you talk about an even matchup based off the stats. Do you think the stats add up to what the matchup's actually going to be like?
Most definitely. I mean, Windthorst is looking to throw off Mart off the throne right now. But at the same time, Mart's trying to get that nice state title and be at the same level as like the leader and big games like that. So really, Windthorst does have what it takes to get this win. They did it impressive all playoffs. So could be very easily to see them go head to head with really the same powerhouse in Mart.
Definitely. And you talk about key players for this matchup. Mart, there's no other more important player than Rodrell Freeman. He's been their workhorse for the past 4 years and definitely had a great career. So, talk about how important it's going to be to get Rodrell Freeman going in this game.
I mean, once he's going to be good, really, it's the whole offense gets rolling. They really rely on him to, get the offensive game up. So once he is on a roll, really hitting his passes and getting the routes in, it's going to be very hard to stop the Mart defense from having the ball.
And then offensive linemen are going to be key in this game because Mart has a huge rushing attack. So you talk about a stud offensive lineman, Cameron Atkins. You know, he dominates up front, and he definitely deserves a lot of credit for the dominant rushing attack that Mart has.
Yeah, Cameron has a great way of moving his defender out the way to get his runs off, get into good yards and time. And he does need his credit too, because he partially, he did that part of the reason why Freeman is very successful, making sure to overlook his passes and making sure Freeman has good times. In my opinion, is that.
Definitely. And the Travion Medlock, he's a great route runner. They want to get him into open space because he's very mobile and tough. And you talk about a team that runs heavy. When you have a receiver like that on the outside, you can get in space. It's definitely a dangerous 1-2 punch.
Yes, you can't sleep on the Travion because, like, if you like you said, if you sleep on him because you're getting used to that run game, he's gonna run right past you with how fast he is, and he's gonna find a way to get open if you just beat him because of his speed.
Definitely. And Windthorst has their key players. You have Ethan Belcher, running back and linebacker. When I covered them when they played Munster, Ethan Belcher was a huge, he had a huge impact in that game, especially in the running attack. But he also has over 100 tackles on the season. So, how important is it for them to get Ethan Belcher going on the ground game?
I mean, to get there to go on the ground game, it shows, with him being the reason, a key reason of why they put up a high number of points per game. So once his offense can, put his team over on the offensive side, he'll even out the defensive side of the team and keep them in this championship fight.
Definitely. And another key player, Cy Belcher, the quarterback, over 3,000 yards through the air and 34 touchdowns. You talk about having a balanced attack to take down the state powerhouse. You definitely are going to need him to play at his best for them to have a run at upsetting Mart.
Yeah, and that run is going to be very strong from the outside. With him being a quarterback standpoint, they've shown that they really are familiar and adjusted to a team scheme-wise. I love what Windthorst doing. At the same time, he has Hinkley, which is his cousin. So that connection is already there for them. And throughout the whole team kind of the team has chemistry well together, and I guarantee you Messi will be blowing themselves to get that state title.
Definitely, and they're definitely going to have a chip on their shoulder coming into this game because a lot of people are going to be talking about Mart and their explosiveness, and we'll see how Windthorst handles it. So the keys for the game for Windthorst, they have to be physical at the point of attack, don't you think?
Yeah, Windthorst, they can't really leave any room for mistakes against Mart because Mart knows how to capitalize on those mistakes. And once Mart can find a man that pulls right, they're going to keep pulling away and make sure that gap between them and their opponent is very deep.
Also, decision making, they QB side belcher, he has to make good decisions. You talk about not making mistakes. Get not giving Mart extra possessions is definitely going to be a key in this game for Windthorst, as well as they have to contain the explosiveness of Freeman up front. I think that's going to have to be their focus point in the trenches, getting a push up front to contain Freeman because he's definitely the workhorse that makes that engine go for their offense.
Yeah.
And keys to the game for Mart, they have a lot of experience. So, you talk about experience in a big time game. That's definitely a huge thing to have going back to state, isn't it?
Yeah, like you said, for these seniors, this is honestly another game for them. This is nothing new to them. They've been in this atmosphere before. They know the implications for them to show up to. Basically, to them, it's just another game in general.
And another key is definitely they have to rely on their speed to get them into the open field as well. And their secondary is going to have to cover in one-on-one matchups and be able to contain those receivers of Windthorst because they do have a potent passing game that can get going. So predictions for this game. So game number 2 for State Week, Windthorst versus Mart. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna have to go with Mart. Mart is to me right now is very, very powerful, and they've had these seniors come in year after year after year and win these state titles. So to them, it's nothing new to them, like I said before. So I feel like they'll come in here, take care of business, and I'll give them a win by 28 to 22.
Definitely. You talk about a powerhouse and Mart coming in to this game with a lot of experience. And, I think Mart will win this game. I would say 35 to 24. I think it's going to be 35-24. I think that Mart's just going to be too much on the ground game, and they're not going to be able to stop Rodrell Freeman because he is definitely an athlete. Combination of size and speed is hard to stop. So thank you guys for tuning in to our state previews. Follow FridayNightGlory.com for coverage of the state championships. And this was Adam Sandoval and Parker Turley checking out.